Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my presentation titled Predicting Seasonal Change in a Farm Community Village in Southern Benin Republic, an overall presentation of knowledge production in cultural astronomy. I'm Prudence Ayivi, and I'm an amateur astronomer with background in physics from Benin, presenting on behalf of Professor Aimé Segla, who was not able to attend this conference in person. Our research paper focused on uh, the application of sky wind and the stars in shaping agricultural knowledge and calendar in the four people in Benin Republic, mainly in the south. First, I will outline the research methodology, the results, and the conclusion. So the ancestral knowledge of the Fon people um, till now has really highlight that they use stuff, but with our research we have been able to align these. So the Fon people like the Maya or the ancient Egyptian or the Dafon in Mali, for example, possess a rich astronomical culture resulting from the long experience of observing the sky, and they have been able to map reliable landmark, mainly in the way they read the star and in the way the star appear to them from the location. So the astronomical knowledge developed in this way is a necessary reference point for mastering the seven, determining the right time for actual work. But unfortunately, these models are little studied and globalization is threatening the overall transmission. So a lot of we have uh, noticed that a lot of indigenous knowledge of cultural astronomy has been lost over the time because most people here use oral tradition. So the hypothesis put forward in this paper is the existence of an agricultural calendar among the Fon people based on observation of the skies. The research aimed to describe the traditional agricultural calendar of the Fon based on observation of the sky and to analyze the role of these stars in the system from farming to harvesting and also to prepare the ground of the field for also planting. So our methodology. So first, we have be able to conduct the preliminary work with some people in the southern region of Kpomassè in Benin. And as a second turn, we try to gather people from this region, people from various background and community, where the traditional or the overall transmission is still perpetuated to get all that information and be able to verify using physics and astronomy also. So the Fon is the main ethnic group in Benin, and the Fon language is the main language in all Benin, and the Fon people are mostly used to practice agriculture. So we have conduct semi-directive and directive interview with questions also, but also with blind interview where we give them we make a turn question to be able to verify the data we are collecting. So the result from these interview and all this groundwork, hard work, is that we have been able to reproduce the traditional the Fon traditional agriculture calendar. So there is three main part in this calendar. The first one is Kwedi, which marks the major rainy season from March to July. So these seasons phases a lot of points. The first one in maths we call Wejisun in Fon language is the first rain, and in April we have Lidosun. So this is the name of the April month in Fon language. So during this month, the agriculture so start sowing the cereals, maize, sorghum, etc. And in May, so the May month is called in Fon May, Nuhuasun. So this is for winning. And the June is called Aidosun. Aidosun for being sown. And July is called Liasun, corn harvest. So this is the main month in the first part of the calendar. And the second one is called Zo. So Zo mean the short rain season from September to November. So during this period in September, called Zosu in French language, we have the first rain, and October called in French language Kionasun for soil tilling, so to prepare for the next season. And November, called in French Aborisu, so for sorghum drying. So this is mainly for like for harvest, and the last part of the calendar is called Alum. So this is mainly the dry season from December to February. So in December we call Wosum, which is Hamatan. So it is like the cold period in Benin. So with a lot of winds, and we have the lowest temperature during this month. And January is called Alunsu. This is mainly drought season just at the beginning of the years. And February, called in French language Zofi Conson. So for field clearing and burning, so to prepare for the next sowing and weeding. So the four calendar or agricultural years is called Kwegli. So it has 11 months in total, so divided into three distinct seasons, each marked by the specific agricultural activity. So there is a pivotal month, and which connect this part, all part of this calendar. So which is called Avivosun. So Avivosun is the August month called, so mean the month of freshness. So during this month we have a lot of winds, so fresh winds with also the second lowest temperature. So in the years in the traditional years, for example, and we have a lot of wind. So this month is like the middle of the agricultural calendar years, and yes, all the period before is mainly for agriculture, and all the period uh, after is for harvesting and preparing for the next year seeding. So the key position, uh, the August month is located between, as I said, the major and the minor rainy season, acting as a social transition. So this month is very important. So, and the bean harvest occur in during this month. So we harvest in seeds, because it is planted in June. So Ayidosun in fall, and waits on, and the agriculture wait until it is mature to harvest. The pivotal month is crucial for agriculture calendar, marking the end of the once harvest cycle and the preparation of the next one. So stargazing and using agricultural calendar. So before farmers identify and recognize four star groups in the Lake Ahémé, so called Azo or Pleiades in astronomy, or Achinata, Orion constellation, and the Scorpio constellation, and the last one is the Southern Cross constellation as indicator of seasonal prediction. So the first one, Pleiades, Azo, in foreign language, we mean walk. So a playad, as we know, is a cluster of bright stars that can be easily recognized with naked eye and see throughout the year. So we fix position in the sky, east at sunrise and west at the sunset. So the appearance of Azure in in the month of March is a good indicator for the start of clothing and sowing. So for Orion, so Orion will reform people for the agricultural activity, mainly recognize the three main stars of the three stars of the Orion belt, Mintaka, Alnilam, and Alnika. So the easiest constellation, so very easy to identify, Brian in the sky, and yes, is used mainly recognized with the Pleiad for the clusters, and at identified at the end of June plus three successive rains. So we call it in the three-day rains from June 20 to 30. So this is the sign of the seed maturity, and agriculture so prepare themselves for harvesting. And the Da in front, or referring to scorpion, meaning arrow of the arc of the circle by analogy with the distance to location shape of the sculpture. So visible and make eye from southern hemisphere at the same place as almost the same place as Southern Cross. Also notable is for each brighter stars on direct remain star of the constellation. And yes, it's beginning of August. So as I already say, August is very important month in the calendar. So signal the approach of a short raining season and the disappearance of that in November, signaling the end of the short raining season and the onset of the dry season. And the last one is the soft cross. So the soft cross constellation name, so there is no name for that in some way, although it is visible with naked eye. So its visibility with Scorpio. So help to don't have really specific use, but together with the other three one Azo, Atina, it's another farmer and under Prudence has the four cardinal point north, south, east, and west. So to start concluding my presentation, there is three remarks. So the first one, played in the real visible start of the great raining season. The appearance senior the approach of the harvest and the Scorpio constellation rise in August and coincide with the appearance of Anga, the sparrow oak, riding the short raining season, and the Scorpio disappearance in November marked the end of the short raining season. This precise star observation known show that Azo Pleiad Achinata will lead the long raining season and the dark and the constellation of the short raining season. Yeah. So to conclude, we could see that the appearance and the stars may play a lot of role in agricultural calendar for some peoples, and they have a lot of indigenous knowledge that push forward innovation in how they seeds, how they harvest, and they organize their agricultural calendar and activity throughout the years, combining the star reading with appearance of bird of prey and rainfall, etc. So this knowledge is very important because it is independent knowledge from European influence and from Gregorian calendar, for example. And we need to value that knowledge and preserve because it is not only about the skies but also the biodiversity of the region and how they use the natural landmarks to be able to produce responsibly and yes with the knowledge put into compost. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.